The Callisto Protocol doesn't suck. I would go as far to say the game is actually pretty great. Look, it's not perfect and definitely has some issues that need to be addressed, but Glen Schofield and the team at Striking Distance definitely need some praise for what they delivered. After playing the game, I would love to see a sequel one day because the groundwork here is actually really good. I've been seeing a lot of conversations on the timeline about Callisto Protocol having horrible mechanics, and I'm just sitting back here looking like, horrible? That's a bit of a stretch. And I'm not gonna lie, man, I've been seeing a lot of sus gameplay from the people making these claims as well. I really feel like this game's gameplay is misunderstood. As a Dead Space fan, this spiritual successor successfully scratches that itch, as well as introduces some cool new mechanics making the game feel original. The Callisto Protocol is set in the year 2320 on Jupiter's moon, Callisto. You play as Jacob Lee, a cargo transporter who ends up crash landing on the moon and thrown into a maximum security prison called the Black Iron Prison. You wake up to everything pretty much going to shit. The inmates have turned into monstrous creatures, and now you gotta escape the prison. As you progress in the game, you learn the dark secrets on what's happening on Callisto. It took me about 9 to 10 hours to complete the game on maximum security difficulty, and I thought the story was pretty decent. The performances from all the characters were good, and they even got my girl from The Boys in there too. I will say though, for a sci-fi horror game, I wasn't scared playing this game at all. The game has good audio design, making you feel uncomfortable, but none of the jump scares worked on me. Let me know in the comment section if you found this game scary. Maybe since I'm seasoned in third-person horror games, the jump scares were kind of predictable, so they didn't get me. The Callisto Protocol is absolutely beautiful and easily top 3 best looking game of 2022. The character models and environments are extremely detailed. It's one of the most atmospheric games I've played in a while too. It really captures the dire situation Jacob is placed in with death around every corner. I played the game on PC and let me tell you, day one was extremely rough. The PC version had real bad stuttering issues, virtually making the game unplayable. It's really getting old seeing these brand new games launching with these types of issues. After getting bombed with negative reviews on Steam, the developers quickly released a patch resolving the stuttering issues for the most part, making the game actually enjoyable. The overall PC performance is okay. It's not the most optimized game I've played, and its graphical settings are pretty bare bones compared to most modern PC games. It's lacking a FOV slider, DLSS support, and ray tracing is kind of broken. It does have 21:9 support, so I'm happy about that. Alright, so let's discuss the controversial gameplay that's been setting the internet ablaze. The Callisto Protocol is centered around melee combat, and that was a surprise to many of us, including myself. I think we all had this idea in our head. Since this game is a Dead Space spiritual successor, we all assumed it was gonna play like Dead Space, but it doesn't. You can dodge incoming enemy attacks by watching what direction they're gonna swing and holding the left stick the opposite direction. You can also block incoming attacks by holding down on the left stick. Some people are having issues with this control scheme, having the ability to dodge and block being tied to your left control stick. And I think that's fair criticism. To completely avoid all possible jankiness, making it a separate button would have worked well. But once I caught the rhythm of the game, I found the dodging mechanics to be pretty fun and satisfying. It works. The enemies telegraph their moves in this game, so it's so obvious what direction they're gonna swing at you. And to be quite frank, their patterns are really simplistic. The game punishes you for hitting extra inputs. From watching some of y'all stream, you're only having issues because you're mashing the melee button. Once you stop mashing, you're gonna have a lot less trouble. Where the game kind of gets a little bit more challenging is when you start encountering multiple enemies at once. If you go in swinging your baton like a madman in a group of enemies, you're gonna get clapped. This is where you need to utilize your GRP, which operates like your stasis module in Dead Space. You can essentially grab enemies and toss them. You can throw them off the map or into hazards for easy kills. Your GRP is your crowd control, use it. As for the good old shooting mechanics, it's serviceable. It's far from being trash like some will have you believe, but I wouldn't call this game third-person shooter of the year either. Like I said, the game primarily focuses on melee combat. What's cool is after landing a couple of melee hits, you can auto lock on to chain a critical shot. This game is a survival horror game, so at the beginning of the game, you're at your most vulnerable. As you progress, you get access to more weapons, more inventory space, melee upgrades, GRP upgrades, essentially making the game a lot more easier as you progress. Alright, so this is what I think the Callisto Protocol needs to improve on. The field of view needs to be pulled back. I feel like that would eliminate a lot of the camera issues people are having in this game. It's just too close, especially when you're in small spaces. This game also desperately needs the Resident Evil quick turn. Because yeah, there are moments where you need to create space and you're out of battery for your GRP. this addition would definitely help with the flow of the gameplay. I also think they should increase the player speed. I do like the weightiness of this game, but if they made it a tad bit faster, I think it would be more enjoyable as well. Overall, the groundwork here is good, and I really hope this game performs well enough so we can get a sequel. The Callisto Protocol doesn't suck. I definitely recommend you guys checking out this game on a sale price. If you can get the game for like 50 bucks, I definitely think it's worth it. If you're a fan of Dead Space and you like sci-fi horror games, definitely check out this game, man. I recommend it. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more quality content. Peace.